What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to talk to you guys about an interview that I just heard. An interview concerning Abel Sanchez. And Abel Sanchez, he was on, I think it's Behind the Gloves by Joyce Phelps, and she was interviewing him up in Big Bear. She, took a trip up there. Shouts out to her. Because she did ask some questions that needed to be answered and needed to be asked to be answered. And they were concerning Gennady Golovkin. And one of the things that stuck out for me about this interview was Abel said that he lost not just a friend, but he felt like he lost a son or a family member or a loved one, and to have that type of relationship, okay, and for it to go down and to end because of money, Now I understand money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? Because the plan that Golovkin sent to him was less than what normal coaches are getting. Now you put that in a pot. You throw that in the pot. You also throw the fact that Abel Sanchez, when Golovkin received that $100 million deal for his 6 fights, Abel Sanchez was there. He didn't know or didn't have any sign that Golovkin was going to do that. And it was Abel Sanchez's decision to stop or to deny that new scheduling boxing plan, that compensation, that little reduced contract amount, and he was right for doing it. Now that I've heard that interview, Golovkin didn't give him any sign that he was going to say, hey, you know what, I'm out. You know what I mean? So he had no indication except when he came up to Big Bear and got all of his shit and left. Now, I find that real strange that when you get money, I did an interview about this when it first broke, but I got to say it again, that money reveals a lot of people. And like Abe Sanchez said, that, you get a lot of advisors and new people around you, especially when you obtain that type of money, you get to a certain level, you show what type of person you are. I feel that Sanchez asked for the amount of money he felt he was worth. In 9 fucking years, and all those championship defenses, okay, with all the time and effort that he helped Golovkin get into shape. And then this is without knowing the dollar amount. And by the way, the dollar amount was a flat fee. It was a flat rate that he wanted, and understandably, because, a flat fee is exactly what Golovkin has. He didn't have a round up number, a round down number, or roughly he's making $100 million. No, he's getting $100 million flat fee. So it's only reasonable to ask for a flat fee. So even if he asked for, let's say, $10 million, okay, that's $10 million off the top, motherfucker, because you have got $100 million off the top. So that makes sense. One begats the other, and for Golovkin to, the funny thing about it, Golovkin gave him that contract. And the question is, was this Golovkin's decision? Did he decide to do this, or did someone that was handling him decide to or suggest that to him and he bought into it? You know what I mean? And whoever that person is, that may be the person that he shouldn't, I don't think, that has his best interest. Because the reason for them encouraging him to make such a scheduling plan for Abe Sanchez is the same amount of money that they want extra from doing what they do. Whoever these people are, I'm just speculating, but I don't think Golovkin came up with this himself. And if he did that shows what type of person he is. First of all, he's cheap and he is ungrateful, because he should be thankful enough to get the deal that he made, and he wouldn't have that deal if it wasn't for the training and all the time and the effort that Abe Sanchez did for him. And this was more like a Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach type of relationship. And I didn't like it when that went down either. However, these guys were more close than many, And when you're with someone that long, you got to respect them and you got to value them. And I don't really think Golovkin did that, and I think that was a bad call on Golovkin, because I think Golovkin should have thought about it, should have taken consideration that, hey, this guy's been with me 9 years. This guy has his own family. This guy has dedicated time with me, where he could have spent time with his own family. And I like how Abe basically explained the fact that when the fighter takes long times away from his family, the trainer's also doing the same thing. The trainer's doing the same exact thing, because that's the same time, to get this guy to prepare to be ready in the ring. So it was a good interview. I'll leave the link below to let you guys think about it. But it's just, I don't know, man. I don't agree with Golovkin. I don't think that he should have ever done that. But I'll tell you something. If he feels, what we will find out. This is what we'll find out before I say something like that. We'll find out what he's learned with Abe. Okay? Because, everyone says that Customato and Mike Tyson, if, Customato was on his team, Mike Tyson would have never lost. Well, we'll see what type of impact that Abel Sanchez had on Golovkin's career when he goes and fights someone else. And it may not be with these lower opposition of fighters, because, you won't know it with that. You'll know it when he gets his ass in there with a world level championship fighter. We'll know what he has, and we'll know how the impact is versus whoever, can train him. And I don't know who he's had. He might get a Virgil Hunter or, or somebody like that to that magnitude, but we don't know. But to shortchange Abe Sanchez when he's been there, that was a career and a journey together. That wasn't something that Golovkin did all by himself. And also Sanchez mentioned that's what happens when fighters thinking that it's all about them. And I do completely understand Abe, because, he wants recognition in that too, because Golovkin didn't do that shit by himself. He didn't, Sure, he did the work in the gym. He did the work in the ring. You have to give a certain percentage to that fighter, but you also have to respect the percentage that's due to the trainer. But anyway, that's my take on that. You guys tell me what you think about Golovkin and this Abel Sanchez interview. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.